Let's talk about how to add structure to your podcast and hook your audience. How to add structure to your podcast and hook your audience. If you can't hook your listener in the first few seconds of your podcast, they're gone. But once you've got them hooked, how do you structure a podcast in a way that keeps people tuned in for the entire episode? Hey friends, it's Leighton Hart. You're tuned into Podcasting for Fun and Profit. Right off the bat, I've got great news for you. If you can hook your listener and roll out your content in a way that's pleasing to your listener, chances are that you'll retain that listener for the entire episode. In fact, if someone is engaged in the episode, they'll listen to the whole dang thing. I'm talking 90% of people will listen to your entire episode if you get a few things right. We're going to talk about the things you need to get right. I'm sharing a simple way in this episode to structure your podcast to keep your listener engaged right up until the moment that you sign off. And I'm going to give you a framework, a simple, easy framework that will live in your brain for the rest of your life that you can use to record every single episode from here on out. The framework I want to share with you is an oldie from the world of advertising, but y'all, just because it harkens back to what I consider old ways of reaching people, it doesn't mean it's not still effective. The reason that this framework has held on for so long is that it's linked to the way that our brains get interested in things, process things, form opinions about things, and ultimately take action on things. The framework is called the AIDA Framework. AIDA is an acronym that stands for Attention, Interest, Desire, and Action. Attention, Interest, Desire, and Action. And we're going to quickly unpack each one of those parts. I'll give you an example of how that works and how you can write using this framework and structure your episode according to this framework too. So first up is the word attention. You do want to start your episode with a word or a phrase that's going to snap your listener out of whatever they're doing and get them to pay attention. So this can either be dramatic, like, "You won't believe what was hidden in my closet." Something dramatic like that, or more utilitarian if you're doing tutorials and how-tos, things like that, and say something like, "Do you want to know how judges keep their robes so clean?" Grabs the attention, stokes some curiosity. All you need to do at the beginning of your episode is capture the listener's attention in a way that's linked to what you're going to be talking more about. The next piece of the framework is interest. If attention opens the door for your listener, interest is what entices them to step through the door. It's simply a section to draw the listener in, bring them through the door. So let's stick with the examples I started with a minute ago. So for attention, I said, "You won't believe what was hidden in my closet." So next, you can say something like, "Every morning I fetch my shoes out of my closet without thinking twice about what might be lurking in my closet." Well, today, for the first time, I discovered a small coffee can buried under my dress shoes in the back corner of the closet. I was scared to open the coffee can, but when I did, I was shocked. You see how that invites the listener to take another few steps into the story. So attention, "You'll never believe what was in my closet." Interest, "Here's what happened, and you won't believe what happened when I went further with this. So you should come further with me too to find out." From there, we move into the desire section. And in this section, we're going to explore some of the ways that you can resolve the situation that you set up in the attention and interest sections. So you're going to start offering ways that you can resolve what's going on in the attention and interest sections. So you're trying to generate the desire in your listener to change from their current state. So let's keep rolling with this mystery in the closet that we're building. So, "Dear listener, when I loosened the lid to the coffee can in my closet, I was shocked. Multiple mashed down dollar bills immediately popped out of the can, fell all over my bedroom floor, and I had a huge pile of $1 and $5 bills. I had no memory of saving this money or stashing it in my closet. Just imagine what might be stashed in your closet or somewhere in your house." So what's the listener thinking now? They're probably thinking that they want to sweep their house for hidden cash, right? What you've done with the desire section is you've linked the topic at hand directly to the listener's life. And once you've done that, you can close with the action section. The action section is just how it sounds. It's where you encourage your listener, or you inspire your listener to take action based on what they've learned. In this example, we could say something like this: "What kind of lost treasure do you think you could find in your house if you spend 10 minutes looking right now? Click pause on this podcast and go look." So that's a simple framework you can use that will gracefully usher your listeners from one section to the next in a way that it doesn't feel overly choppy or awkward. We'll talk more about how to structure podcast episodes in future episodes of this podcast, but for today, I encourage you to give the AIDA framework a try. Again, that's attention, interest, desire, action. When you sit down to write your next podcast episode or write your outline, think through those steps. Use that to structure your episode. Till next time, I'm your host, Leighton Hart. Y'all go make a great podcast. See you soon.